You would call in and you could buy a video for like $1 to play it on the air.
Right.
So record companies, when they were pushing for whatever they wanted to push for, they would just constantly bombard this channel with their music videos. So they'd be playing Backstreet Boys. They even played Eiffel 65, the blue, that, yeah, all that stuff.
That's pretty much the words.
That's blue Corvette and everything.
That song was very popular when Jeff and I were in college.
Yeah. They used that in the worst version of Romeo and Juliet ever.
God,
when
terrible.
Juliet has polio.
Wait, Juliet has polio?
When Juliet has polio and she's walking around on crutches. The production was kind of dangerous, and there was a stunt where Romeo had to like jump up, grab hold of the balcony they had built, and do a pull up and then climb up. And then I think at the end he had to jump off of it. The first Romeo got hurt in the first week, and then the second Romeo got hurt, and they didn't have another Romeo lined up after that. So they got one of our other classmen to play Romeo, and he didn't know the part.
He was just a guy?
Yeah, he was just the guy in the show playing another part. Each show, the director kind of came out and was like, yeah, this Romeo, he's kind of on book still. So here's Romeo reading his lines, and Juliet's on these crutches. She's walking around.
I was expecting Juliet to be walking around on the crutches going, I got polio. I'm running for the 4th term of my presidency. That
Too soon, dude.
That would
FDR's loss is felt by many.
Warning. The following podcast contains language not suitable for younger listeners. You have been warned.
Now beamed from the fortified bunker below Culver City, California, this is Well, That Happened.
It is that time of the week, ladies and gentlemen, the time that we all are excited for when I get to say, Jeff!
Yes, sir.
How's it going?
Todd Elliott, sir, I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty cool. I'm tired, but I'm cool. Sam Renderos, what's the word?
The word of the week is squeeze. A girl or guy who is not one's girlfriend/boyfriend, but often has sexual relations with that person anyway. Example sentence? No. She's not my girlfriend. She's just a squeeze.
Nice.
Now I understand what the mailman always said about my mom.
See, that's the thing. I feel like the old people, I don't think they understand the... Maybe they do. I don't know. Do they understand what that word means?
Oh, no, they get it. The old people got around.
Oh, yeah. I just don't want to think about it sometimes, I
Well,
guess.
I was watching a video. They were saying that most people who have sex now are people in their 30s, single 30-year-olds, because they just don't give a fuck. So old people probably really don't give a fuck, and that's why they give themselves all that STDs. Oh, I'm sorry, not STDs anymore. STIs in Florida.
STI?
Sexually transmitted infection. They don't call it disease because it's not the cold or a virus that makes you sick. They call it STIs now because...
But it is.
No, because of the way that it's transmitted, it doesn't fall into the categorizations of diseases. Diseases are usually stuff that you pick up, like touching door handles or coughing in someone's face.
I thought like a disease was something that not necessarily you contracted per se, but more something you have based on genetics. Like, oh, I got this disease. Polio is a disease, but that's a virus as well, isn't it?
I think also by calling it infection, that it makes it sound like it is actually curable when people go, oh shit, I have a disease. I can't cure this type of thing.
All right. Hepatitis, for example, is considered an STD, right? That is the first thing people think of when you get hepatitis.
STI.
Right? But hepatitis can come from sharing needles. It can come from donating blood or getting bad blood donations. Not donating blood, but you know what I mean. And then cold sores. What are those called?
Herpes.
Herpes. That can come from kissing people, or drinking after someone with herpes.
That has an outbreak, yeah.
That has an outbreak.
Yeah, but that's possible. That's not.
But generally,
it's still considered an STI.
But generally speaking, how do you get herpes? It's not from fucking drinking. Oh, hey, you had some soda? Here, let me have some soda. I got herpes. No, it's from, I went in without a condom and I'm paying the price. So we're talking about the general way you're going to get this disease. I'm not saying there aren't exceptions to the rule.
You just call it a disease.
I'm sorry.
Know that, right?
I'm sorry.
And this is what I'm saying. This is my point. You made my point for me.
Hate you. I fucking hate you. Because I'm still, I'm part
Guess what,
of...
Sam?
No.
I love you. No matter what. No matter what you say. You may say you hate me, but my heart beats for you.
I'm part of the generation that still looks at it as a disease. And it's the younger generations that are calling it the infection. They've changed the labeling. When I was growing up, sex ed and all that stuff, even now, I still knew it as an STD. It wasn't until recently, maybe in the last year or two, a couple of years, that I've heard it called an STI. And I was like...
It's been known as STI for a while, though, because I took that class, I think,
Yeah, but you're
4 years
also
ago.
almost 10 years younger than the rest of us here.
But exist.
I'm going to go
Still.
with 30. I am going to admit my ignorance here. I have never heard STI until the past 10 minutes.
Yeah,
that was
same
the
here.
very first time for me.
Yeah, I've heard it in the last couple of years.
I'll
So
have to look it up and see what's the difference, because I think STD still exists, but I think there's a difference between
I feel like
infection and disease.
I feel like
on that.
STI would be something that's more curable with like some antibiotics or something like something easy. But like AIDS, for example, which has no actual cure
Is
yet.
a disease.
Hepatitis has no cure. Herpes has no actual cure. That would be considered a disease, because I feel like a disease is nearly incurable.
I just thought an STI would be something that you'd be driving around in your car, honestly.
I was about to say that. God damn it. I was about to say that. Well, fuck you, Sam, for stealing my joke. I take back every nice thing I said about you. Let's move on.
All right.
Okay.
You're a badass, Jeff.
You're a badass, Todd.
You guys
Sam,
are ridiculous.
you're a badass.
Well, I already know that. I'm kind of an egomaniac when it comes to things of me.
Ye-
I'm the best lover women will ever have in their life. Sorry, honey. It's true. And you know it. I'm the greatest friend you'll ever have. I'm one of the craziest people you'll ever know. I can drink most people under the table except Todd.
You've already nominated yourself. You can't nominate yourself again.
I'm just reminding people
Oh, yeah,
how
thank
amazing
God.
I am.
Thank God, in case we forgot.
All right, well, Citizen Badass of the Week. This week, we're going to change it up a little bit. Each one of us has brought in a badass, but we're not going to all talk about it. We're going to pitch it, and then we're going to decide who we think we want to hear more about. If you want to hear more about the story, let us know. Maybe next week we'll tell you more about the stories. But for this time, let's tell you what it is. So my badass nomination is Russian bodybuilder claims he has knife-proof abs, gets stabbed in the stomach at a party. Sam, what do you have?
I have HBO saves Sesame Street.
Okay.
I have Alaska troopers baffled by bear botherer who wears furry costume to harass grizzlies.
Oh, I want to hear about Todd's story.
I'm in with Todd's story as well.
All right, so Todd, tell us about this bear man.
Okay, this is absolutely bizarre. According to the Daily Mail, authorities are still trying to figure out who this guy is because they just don't know. But this guy rolled up to a popular tourist destination in Alaska, jumped out of his car, put on a bear costume, and started teasing grizzly bears.
Was he trying to make the grizzly bears, his squeezes?
Oh, nice.
Well done, Sam. Hats off to you, brother. No, I don't know what he was trying to do, and neither do the authorities, because what happened was the guy started taunting the adult grizzly, the mama grizzly, who just ignored him, but the guy was like tapping her on the shoulder, was yelling at her, and then nothing was happening, so he started to go after the cubs. That's when there was a park ranger there who was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And went and chased the cubs away because he was afraid that the mother grizzly
would devour that guy?
would devour that guy for going after her cubs. The guy, as the cubs were being chased away, looked at the ranger, took his bear costume off, got back in his car, and drove away.
Wait, so the guy was like up there just messing with the bear, like poking them and tapping them on the shoulder, and the grizzly was just like kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, okay, so according to the article, the bears in this particular area are used to tourists and used to dealing with people, so it's not a thing that they were necessarily worried about.
You're
It
basically
was when they went after the cubs that the guy was like, this guy's gonna get fucking killed.
So this area, the bears are so used to having humans, they're not going to be...
Yeah, they don't really give a shit.
The chances of you getting killed by a bear or mauled to death are very rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
But quite literally, this guy was poking a bear with a stick.
Hasn't he ever heard the phrase, don't poke the bear?
Apparently not. Or maybe he has. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get to Valhalla and death by bear counts. I don't really understand.
Maybe he wants to poke the
that's
bear.
the article. It says at the end, it wasn't immediately known what the man was trying to accomplish.
He's trying to poke that bear with a meat stick.
Yep.
A meat stick.
Make it
It does not make any damn sense. Yeah, the guy who scared the bears away was a man named Lou Sog, who said he was out there just to count fish. He was part of the Fish and Game Service, and his job was to count fish when this guy jumped out and started teasing the bears.
I mean, when the highlight of your day, though, is a guy teasing bears when your day is to count fish. I mean, a bird flying over is probably more of a highlight than counting fish. Ooh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, the bear ate 1. 4.
This all happened in a little town of Haines, which is 500 miles east of Anchorage, near the top of Alaska's Panhandle. So you go. So because this crazy motherfucker put on a bear costume and started poking bears, he's a badass. Because quite honestly, I don't have the nuts to do that.
I agree.
I would not do that.
I agree. I think
There's very little in me that would poke a bear.
When I was a teenager with my family, when my dad took us camping at Yosemite, and you see the cages that you would put your food in for safety to keep you away from the tent, I'll be honest, I was terrified that a bear was going to come down and just start eating my family and me. Because my dad told me, don't worry, son, you put the stuff here, it's safe, it's locked, and that way if bears do come, we're far enough away where they're not going to come and eat us. But I've seen videos of bears tearing apart people's cars and other things like that, and it just terrifying in my head.
Well, Todd has a story. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the wedding, but a friend of ours had a wedding, and Todd got to go, and a friend of ours, Todd, you probably could tell this story better than I can.
So here's what happened. So our buddy Mark Metzger got married in Yosemite.
Congratulations, sir.
And it was a beautiful ceremony. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We rented these little cabins, right? And they had us, 10 in a cabin. And we were partying and whatever, and we were getting crazy at like 7 o'clock at night, like you do. And one of the neighborhood cabins complained about us. It was 7 o'clock at night. They complained about us making too much noise because they were trying to go to bed.
Hate people.
And so, in our party mindset, we took all of our beef jerky and dried fruit and piled it around their doors and windows of their cabin. Trying to, just because, we had a couple cocktails in us. We were like, well, fuck you, you don't tell us what to do. And then we went to bed. The next morning, we woke up, and the little girl in the cabin next door was like, it was amazing. Did you see it? My friend the bear came and put his head in my window.
You guys are terrible. Fucking terrible human beings. That little girl could have been a fucking Scooby snack for that fucking bear.
The bear wanted beef jerky. He was happy with fucking Slim Jims and dried peaches.
So, what do you think about our Citizen Badass of the Week? Let us know at our website. What's the website's name again?
WellThatHappenedPodcast.com.
Oh, there we go. WellThatHappenedPodcast.com.
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 Moving on.
All right, it's time for Jeff Lies and WTH. Every single week to you, I'm going to bring you some lies, and you have to tell me which one it is or is not. This particular week, there's going to be 4 news articles. One is the lie, which you have to find, and the rest are real. So I'm switching it up. So, again, you have to tell me which one is the fake news article, the one I lied and made up. This week's theme is Animal Tales. Article number 1, Roach Motel closed due to infestation. Article 2, Internet sees Vladimir Putin's face in flock of birds over New York City. Article 3, Fearless koala chases South Australian woman on quad bike. And Article 4, black bear tries to get into condo through cat door. So, this particular week, tell me which one is the article I made up. Sam went first last week. Todd, you go first this week.
All right, so looking at these one after the other. Black bear tries to get into a condo through the cat door. Yeah, no, look, they do that. Black bears, cubs, they're constantly getting to people's houses. I saw that movie, Over the Hedge, where the animals get into people's houses and try to eat the food. I know that shit.
I love that movie. I fucking love that movie.
It's adorable.
All right. Number 3, fearless koala chases South Australian women on a quad bike. Okay, there's part of this that I don't believe and part of this that I do believe. I believe that Australians would ride a quad because they're drinkers and they will fall. However, koalas are stoned and lazy, and so I can't imagine they would actually chase someone.
But I hope it's real.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones you'd like to see.
It's one of the ones I would like to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The internet sees Vladimir Putin's face in flock of birds over New York City. First of all, flock of birds really only had one good band. And the internet sees lots of crazy shit. So that's a whatever. Roach Motel closed due to infestation. I'm going for the made up one, right?
I'm looking for the one that you made up.
You're going for the made up one.
I believe that you made up the Roach Motel closed due to infestation because there's just something that doesn't quite sit well with that.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to go with.
Alrighty. Haley, go.
I'm going to go with fearless koala chases South Australian woman on quad bike. As much as I want it to be real, koalas don't do much in the day. So.
All right, fantastic.
Didn't you see The Simpsons where the koalas snuck aboard the plane and flew over to America?
No.
Terrifying.
That was a cartoon.
But I did see a video
Terrifying.
where a jaguar took down a crocodile. That was terrifying.
And Sam, what do you think is the lie for the week?
Roach Motel closed due to infestation. That one sounds sketchy, but I'm not sure if I agree with it. I'm torn between two. That one and fearless koala chases South Australian woman on quad bike. Because all I know koala bears is that they hang out in eucalyptus trees and look like they're high all the time.
And they're really good chocolate cookies.
I do know that koala is my son's second favorite animal. It used to be his favorite, but now he likes dolphins.
He likes killer animals.
He does.
Because koalas look sweet, but their nails are so filthy. And dolphins, you don't want to fuck with dolphins.
No, you don't. Mm-mm. There are more dolphin attacks every year than shark attacks. People don't realize that.
I realize.
I know you know that, Jeff. God damn it. This is for the public.
Even sharks are fucking terrified of dolphins because they know they're going to gang up on them and fuck them up.
Killer whales are a relation to dolphins, and they kill sharks all the time.
Oh, I could imagine. Motherfuckers are smart, and they're bastards. Bastards, I say.
You know what else kills sharks all the time?
Bastards?
Tornadoes. I saw that documentary.
You're not wrong. I'm
going to go with Haley on this one. I'm going to go fearless koala chases South Australian woman on quad bike. Because koalas, dude, I'm telling you, they're fucking stoned 24/7. Motherfuckers chewing on a eucalyptus leaf like, damn, dog. Just hot, son. Just fucking laying
You
out
see that?
there.
You see that panda? That bitch was tight.
Nice. All right, so you all agree that the black bear tries to get into a condo through cat door is a real article. This one is a real article, so congratulations there. And you all agree that...
Can I interrupt you
Yeah.
and say that I fucking love the faces you make. the faces you make, like you're being all clever, and you're like, and then you like sort of wink at the camera that's not there. It's very bizarre.
Oh.
I absolutely, like, it tickles my colon.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like with the voice, even though no one can see, people can hear the inflections and hear what's going on. So I try to give it that kind of little bit of...
That's absolutely 100% true. And a lot of voiceover acting, a lot of the voiceover actors physically act out the parts.
Yeah, so...
because it lends veritas to the words.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is it's cute.
Oh, thanks.
It's cute to watch you wink at the imaginary camera.
Thanks. Okay, so Article 2. You all agree that the internet sees Vladimir Putin's face in a flock of birds over New York City. You think this is a real article, and this is a real article. This is true. There's a video on this, which I saw, which is fascinating and yet bizarre, because there's a flock of birds flying around, and at one point they come together in a sense that it looks like Vladimir Putin. I will post a video online so that you can all see this. It's very bizarre.
I will say this. Mm-hmm. I am glad that it's Vladimir Putin and not the devil, because for a while there, every time there was an eruption or a flock of birds or anything like that, there always seemed to be in newspaper articles, oh, the devil was seen in the smoke over the such and such explosion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, or maybe it is. Maybe Vladimir Putin is a devil. Some people might think that.
No.
He
does wrestle bears, though, which is pretty cool.
It's a bear episode today. What's going on?
I think he's just a crazy person.
That's true. All right. So, I'm not going to necessarily read it out loud, but I'm going to tell you that there was a clue in this week's article.
It was Colonel Mustard with the candlestick.
No.
What?
There was a clue. Animal Tales was the theme of the week. Which is the only article that is not an animal?
The roaches.
The roach.
So that is the lie. Todd is the winner. So yeah, the Roach Motel closed due to infestation is the lie. I tried to give you a little hint.
I'm going to disagree with you on the Animal Tales thing because it falls into the Animal Kingdom category.
Animal Kingdom, but it's an insect.
Whatever. Your face.
Wait.
Your face, whatever.
So a koala chased down a lady?
A koala chased down a lady on a quad bike.
Amazing.
So that is a real article. That really
The reason
happened.
koalas sleep all the time is not because they're stoned, but because the eucalyptus is so tough. It takes a lot to digest.
And they build up all that energy to chase down women on bikes.
Say what you will, it's still a bear.
Do you think he was chasing the woman like you would chase down Haley's mom to show you the boobs?
That's right.
Wait, so you're saying this lady on the bike was his squeeze?
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, well played, Haley.
You see that? That was the alley-oop.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
That was an assist from Sam and an alley-oop from Haley. That was beautiful. That
Bump
was
sets.
really fantastic.
Bump set spike. Damn. Well done. All
Damn,
right.
I was outplayed this week, and I hate that.
By the way, Haley's mom, Todd does expect those boobs if you ever come out here.
No.
Yep.
No.
He expects them. Just a quick flash.
Haley's mom, I want you to know that I respect you as a woman, and I respect you as a person, and I think you have a nice rack.
Hi, Mom.
And with that, let's move on. I want to kick someone's ass.
That's right. It's that time of week where we each bring in one nominee to get their ass kicked. But I'm going to toss it over to Jeff because he's the one who remembers the rules.
Yeah, that's right. It's every single week we're going to bring to you the ass kickery. And what's that? Rule number 1 is that each host has 1 minute on the clock to present their nominee for ass kickery. Rule number 2 is that no host can vote for themselves. And rule number 3 is that there will be no dead children, kids, etc.
I'm really disappointed about that one because, you know me, I'm always going for that motherfucking V.
I know, it's a low-hanging fruit, though.
Yeah,
it's a low-hanging fruit because here's the thing. No one wants to see a dead child. No one wants to see a dead kid. And automatically when someone does that, you're just like, oh, yeah, they win. They get the ass kick. And
Exactly. I feel like that violates the spirit of the game where we're really just having some fun. Like, people are doing some stupid shit, and we're calling them out on it. But ultimately, to be like, well, you fucking murdered some people, so you need to get your ass kicked. Well, yes, obviously they need to get their ass kicked because they murdered some people. But that's not nearly as much fun as the single mom who, in order to dry her kid's clothes, put her kid in them and then toss the whole thing into the dryer. You know?
Is that yours?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was literally just off the top of my head.
Actually, I was just thinking to myself, that sounds like it's time for some dead baby jokes. Are you ready, Jeff?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, they will get cut. I promise you. They will get cut. Alrighty, so I haven't gone first in a while. Shall I go first this week?
Sure. Jeffrey, Baruka Potts.
Yes,
Are you ready?
I am.
It's after the band Veruca Salt. I don't know why I said Baruka. That was wrong of me.
No, they're on my phone. I know who they are.
Okay.
The blonde one kissed me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. On your
I
mark.
brought them drinks to their tour bus while I was working as a caterer at the Nutter Center.
On your mark.
Yep.
Get set. Ass kick.
All right, Jim Bob Duggar, patriarch of the Duggar family and father of the asshole Josh Duggar, who was recently came out and said that he molested several kids, including his young sisters. What does Jim Bob Duggar want to do? Well, apparently he can't get enough of the limelight, so he decided he wants to create a reality show to counsel the victims of his son's molestation. That's right. This asshole of a Christian family wants to profit and make a show to find and then quote-unquote help the victims of his son's molestation. This asshole needs his ass kicked because holy fucking shit, you want to just get publicity and stay in the limelight so that you get some extra money for other people's misfortunes of your own son's fucking sickening practices. You are an asshole, sir. You're not a Christian, and I think you need your ass kicked.
That's it. That's time right there, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah, that's...
Talk about low-hanging fruits.
That's right.
No
shit.
No dead kids, though.
I'm
No
a little
dead kids.
pissed off at that guy right now.
Todd, would you like to go next?
Yeah. I will happily go next.
All right. Todd. C. Elliot. Get it? C. As in the Spanish way of saying the letter C.
That's because people always say yes to me, Sam.
No. All right. On your mark. Get set. Ass kick.
An internship at Facebook seems like a dream job, especially for a Harvard grad. However, Aaron Khanna, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Arankhana, was a Harvard grad, and he got a job as a Facebook intern, and he celebrated by immediately pointing out security flaws in their networking. He said, hey, look, you have some problems here, and then he published the security problems that had to do with privacy. Facebook responded by denying him his internship. Facebook said, oh yeah, you think we have problems? You're fired. And then they fixed the problems. Facebook needs their ass kicked because they hired this guy because he was the best of the best, coming out of Harvard, an Ivy League school, and they thought he would do good for the company, and he did do good for their company, and then they fired him.
And with 2 seconds on the clock.
There it is. All right. Man, that's difficult. That is difficult. I'm not going to lie. That's difficult. Anyway, go ahead, Sam. Let's hear your story.
I know you won't lie, Sam.
All
Jeff,
right.
whatever your name is.
I won't lie on this
I'm
one.
confused. Every man with a beard looks the same.
Sam, we are twins.
That's right, we are.
All right, 3. Are you ready?
I get better tans, though. Yes, I'm ready.
True. 3, 2, 1. Ass kick.
The person who needs their ass kicked this week is Dr. Ben Carson, presidential nominee and all-around shithead. He recently claimed that abortions are the #1 killer of black people in America. Sorry there, Ben. According to the CDC, it's heart disease. Check your facts, bitch. Now, check it out. He has a problem with abortion. He wants to defund Planned Parenthood. But guess what he's done, kids? He's also done medical research using fetuses. That's right. He's so against abortions, but he's okay with using fetuses to dissect in a laboratory. And for this reason, Ben Carson, you sanctimonious, pompous piece of shit, you need your ass kicked because you are absolutely wrong in your depiction of abortion. Planned Parenthood is an important thing that prevents, helps women with cancers and pap smears and all the things that women need, especially low-income women. And how dare you, sir? For that, fuck you.
All right, time is up. Well done. Well done. Well done. Whew, this is a difficult one.
What do you think he says to his squeeze?
You better not get an abortion.
I really wanted to get one in.
I want you to keep it.
All right.
Okay. Ooh, this is difficult. It's difficult.
Can I vote?
Sure, you can vote.
Sam, I have to vote for you. Look, I'm sorry, Jeff, I have to vote for you. Again, once again, confusion with the beards. One of you should shave. Jeff, I have to vote for you, and here's why. Sam, this doctor, all doctors experiment with fetuses. That's part of what they do when they're going through med school. And the fact that he's doing this, he's trying to make a name for himself or whatever. Fuck, he's an idiot. I don't give a shit. However, this motherfucker, this Duger, he is capitalizing on other people's misfortunes. He is taking other people's pain and suffering and using it as a means to his own wallet. And that fucking pisses me off, especially when you do it under the guise and banner of religion. But like, oh no, I'm religious and we're going to forgive you and now I'm going to make money because you're going to get fucking therapy because my son raped you. No, fuck that guy. I absolutely hate this guy, and I hope no one watches this TV show.
It got canceled, so.
Well, he's trying to make a new one.
Oh, right.
That's what he, yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
he's trying to.
I forgot.
His last show got canceled, so he's trying to make this new one based on therapy of the kids his son molested.
No, fuck that guy. No, absolutely, I want his ass kicked now.
Again, okay. This is hard because Ben Carson is a piece of shit, and I totally, yes, he has worked on aborted fetus tissue, but he's one of these guys who's going to try to say anything to please his base. At the same time, should Facebook fire this guy for pointing out the flaws? No, but should they fire him for publishing it? I don't know. That's also hard because he shouldn't have published it. He shouldn't have just been like, oh, by the way, here's everything's Facebook. Although I guess that would make them work faster. I guess it kind of goes into the whole Edward Snowden sort of mentality. You know, he publishes what's going on with the NSA, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he's a traitor. So I guess I'm going to have to go with the Facebook guy, even though Ben Carson is a piece of shit. And
That's right.
But he's a politician, and I think he's trying to just say anything right now. because he's trying to please the base and get votes. Does he really think that? I don't know. And he may switch his tune up when it comes to the general election if he's the nomination. So I'm going to go with the Facebook guy getting their ass kicked.
Well,
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
I will admit, this is quite the difficult position to be put in because both stories are a different kind of fucked. One is a big conglomerate corporation that has an intern expose some of their weaknesses, and to repay him for his due diligence, they let him go. A system that could be hijacked by, I don't know, crazy people, the hackers, to get into your personal accounts. And then the other is a vile, disgusting Christian, if we can even call him that, because, you know, atheists here speaking, and there are decent human beings that are Christians. The father of the Duggar family is definitely not one of them. They hid their son's molestation. They talked to police officers to bury their son's disgusting, vile secret. And now they are trying to capitalize on psychological, physical damages that these girls have had to endure at their hands of their son, their good Christian boy. So for that reason alone, I'm sorry, Todd, I'm going to have to vote for Jeff, because the Duggar family needs their ass kicked, especially the father. I mean, how dare you, sir? You are vile. Absolutely disgusting. Fuck you, sir.
I'm not surprised at all. I would have been pissed if you voted for me. Fuck that guy. That's some shit.
Yeah, it's pretty god-awful. I can't believe it. I found that today. I was like, any other ideas I had for ass kick was like, went out right out the window. I was like, oh, no, this guy.
So who do you think needs your ass kicked? Let us know at wellthathappenedpodcast.com.
You can still check us out on Podbean and on iTunes. And please, listen, I know a lot of you are faithful and you love us. Please go to iTunes, and you don't have to listen again. Just give us a good rating.
Honestly, like,
Bump our numbers up.
We appreciate everybody that listens to our show. We think you guys are fucking amazing. You guys are the reason that we're doing this. I mean, for you guys to give us the opportunity to do the shit that we do, it's just a tremendous honor and privilege for us to be able to put this show out for you guys out there. That's why I started the WTH Army. We started the WTH Army hashtag, because we really feel like without you guys, there'd be no Well That Happened. So thank you so much for listening. And, you know, we have many, many ways for you to check us out. And so that's why we have wellthathappenedpodcast.com. Check us out. Drop us a line. Drop us a hello. And we fucking love you bastards.
Yep. You can find us on Podbean. You can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, and SoundCloud as well. So any of those you can listen to the show. Please.
Oh, actually, one of my coworkers told me that he found us on Pocket Cast.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's basically a Stitcher that you pay for, so there's no commercials. I mean, he's like, there's a free version, but it's not as good as the paid version. He's like, it's like $3 or whatever.
I didn't even sign us up for that one.
Yeah, and he said, I found you guys there. So
apparently we're already on it, Jeff.
Sweet. Well, thank God, because that's one less thing I have to worry about.
Now, all that stuff coming out of Sam's nose, you think it's water, but it's not.
You're terrible.
I was just trying to...
Wow, did you find that off Laffy Taffy or something? 'Cause Jesus.
He got it.
Thank you. Holy crap. That was bad.
So, boys, what have we learned today?
I learned that the Duggar family should just be taken into a silo and taken out. Probably not all of them, but the majority of them. I learned that Jeff lies convincingly, but he can't fool me. I learned that even though I am a registered Republican, I'm not really a conservative, and you guys pretty much know that, but I do want Donald Trump to be president because, goddamn, it'd be hilarious.
I don't know if you'd want him to be president. I'm assuming you want him to be their front runner.
Yeah. Either way. Look, I am enjoying... Oh, okay, so, holy shit. I was thinking about this. Why are the most Americans only interested in politics when it becomes the game? The game of the election. Like, nobody really cares what the politicians stand for. It's really only about the game. If they paid attention to politics the rest of the time, we'd be in much better shape as a country.
I agree with that. I personally happen to love politics. I love watching all the political pundits on every single station talk about any little nuance thing, but I think that's the problem. It becomes too nuanced. It doesn't have the quick sound bites that, say, you can find on Facebook or anything like that. Most of these like issues do not get publicized, nor do they enrage the country. But the presidential campaign has become a show, a kind of freak show of personalities. When you have Donald Trump on one side, dynastic Clintons on the other side, dynastic Bushes trying to vie for, this kind of attention. It becomes this kind of...
Poor Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders is actually doing well. He's getting populist.
He's the guy who I think would be the best president of all of them so far.
I would say Bernie Sanders right now, he is really livening up the Democratic Party.
He's livening up the base, I feel like. Hillary has the kind of moderates to the kind of the establishment, support, where they think that she can win. Bernie is actually livening up the grassroots population. Donald Trump is doing the same thing on his side, on the Republican side. He's livening up the grassroots, but the establishment wants Jeb Bush.
Yeah, fuck Jeb Bush. Hillary Clinton, though, made a pretty bad mistake this week when she refused to do the cow stand caucus or whatever the fuck that is called in Iowa. The stump where they took Romney to task, where he said straight up, of course a corporation is a person. Where do you think all that money goes? And that's what lost in the election. So Hillary completely skipped that particular stump. But unfortunately, she is now being taken to task in the newspapers because she's refusing to go and talk to the people at the town hall sessions.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Although she did come out with the other day what she was going to give up the server that her emails have been on. So she's trying to at least get rid of that issue so that maybe there's something else. But Donald Trump keeps saying stuff that keeps inflaming at least women, not to mention Mexicans and Latin-based people.
He's an awful, awful human being, but goddamn if it's not entertainment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, him showing up at the fair with a helicopter just trying to give kids rides is quite hilarious to me.
All right, but we're not here to talk about politics. I'm sorry. So that's what I learned today, Jeff.
Cool. What I learned today. I learned this show has been about the bears. The bears have been crazy today, and people dressing up as bears, just putting heads through cat doors, just trying to make a living, eating their salmon while somebody dressed in a bear costume comes up and starts poking them in the shoulder, being like, "What's up, bear? What's up, bear?" The Duggars are still assholes that need their ass kicked. And Facebook is a corporation that wants security, yet then fires people who give them the security. I don't know. It's weird, but they need their ass kicked. Ben Carson, total douche nozzle. Yeah, those are the things I've learned this week. Sam?
What I've learned is that Facebook will fire you if you show them the weaknesses within their own system, even though you're doing the job that they hired you for. Even as an intern, I've also learned that Todd is probably best suited to figure out when Jeff is lying. I've learned that it is a show about bears, Jeff. I will agree with you that they've had quite the week. And Haley there for a second put up her hands, motioning, "Yay, Bears," because she's a Chicago Bears fan. But we all know that season is going to be tragic, just like every other season. So I'm sorry, Haley, I had to.
It can't be as bad as last season, or at least I hope.
I think she was going to say this is a bear-ass podcast.
Big bear, chase me.
And on a side note, that's pretty much what I've learned, but I forgot to mention the movie review will be going through some changes. It will be a movie-themed show. We will still do a movie of the week, but we're going to build games and discussions around the particular movie that somebody picks. We're going to give it a shot on Wednesday with Jeff's movie, which is Wormwood, so you have some time to go watch that.
We're not watching Spectre yet?
No, not yet. That's in November, which is a long wait for what's going to be probably a badass movie.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah, we're going to do some changes to the movie show. It's going to be a whole shebang now. So we'll see how that works. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. And, well, that happened.